I was aqua jogging the other day, and I'm like mid-session, flat out with Christian, and this guy's getting out the pool, and then he says something to me, but you know when you're actually you can't really hear it, and I was just like, yeah. And then Christian turned around and goes, you know, the guy was like, he said, oh, I'm a big fan of the pod. And I just replied, yeah. I had no idea what he said, and Christian had heard it. I'm like, oh, fuck's sake. So, shout out to that guy.
You do treat the fans with humility.
Yeah, what can I say? We're just a pod for the people, aren't we? Right.
That's like the overlap.
We've
finally done it. We've finally done it.
All right, sports fans, welcome back to You've Got to Go. I don't know if they can hear me at the moment because of the mic. But we need something in the middle here. But all right, sports fans, welcome back to You've Got to Go. You're joined by myself, Matt Stonia, Ben Patterson, and returning guest, our first guest to come on twice, our first guest live. He's driven down just from Leeds for this. Max BURGIN, welcome back to the pod.
Thank you for having me back. Cheers, lads.
How are we doing, mate? It's been a while since you were on, about a year ago, and a lot's happened since. But what's been going on in your life the last couple of weeks?
Not a lot of running, to be honest. Since the World Championships, I've had a long holiday off in Japan. Went travelling around for a bit, came back for a week, and then went to Tenerife for another holiday as well. So, I've well and truly had my off season. It's time to get back to work now, I think.
What do you think of Japan for a holiday?
I thought it was great.
Would you recommend it?
Oh, definitely. I mean, annoying that it's the opposite side of the world for us, but it's a great mix of like really touristy cities and that sort of like urban side of things, but also great like landscape in the sort of countryside. That's what I was trying to think of, and well, it was perfect for me anyway. Yeah. I like that.
You're a bit of a history man yourself. You like culture. You like all that side of things. So.
Well, funnily enough, actually, that was the sort of side of things that I'd recommend it for maybe a bit less, because most of the historic buildings you see in Japan, most of them are reproductions and reconstructions, because they have so many earthquakes and fires over there that chances are it's been burnt down and rebuilt about 6 or 7 times. So I mean, you go and see them and they're beautiful buildings, but they're not exactly always actually historic in the sense that the things that you think of happening there actually happened, because it's been burnt down that many times.
It's a good little nugget of information that I wouldn't have expected that. But those buildings, what are they called?
The temple. Well, there's a lot of temples and castles and stuff. I mean, some of them are original. Some of them are hundreds of years old. Like I think the Imperial Palace in Kyoto and stuff like that. Nice. But some of the more famous like castles that you see, like Osaka Castle and one of the other ones we went to, Kanazawa as well. Really impressive, massive buildings, and they're still flipping building them. Like the construction work is actually ongoing on one of them at least. It was funny to see.
Ben's going to join now. That all went completely over his head.
No, I was actually just going to say this guy is the best guy to be in Japan with, because we're on a run and I just asked him a question and he just knows it.
It's all that Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah.
If there was a Japanese section, he'd ace it.
Oh, well, my girlfriend bought me a History of Japan book before we flew out there. So, I'd had a bit of practice.
It's not bad, that's the sort of culture you need if you're going to go to these places that are the other side of the world and you got a chance there. I feel like making the most of it afterwards is quite a good way to explore a country, and you're already out there, so you're saving a bit of money on getting out there at least.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, no, I mean, it's a place I've always wanted to go, and to be honest, like I booked that holiday in like January, February time. I mean, I told myself, even if I don't end up going to Worlds, like I'm going on that holiday.
So you booked a holiday to Birmingham next year? Is that your off-season?
Well, I don't know if I'll take quite the same approach, to be honest. I think for these champs next year, I'll be spending as much time outside of the champs environment as possible.
Just holding camp in Loughborough, I've heard.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we could probably get away with no holding camp at all. Treat it like a national champs in terms of prep, I think.
Well, that works well for you.
So. Yeah. Especially because there's 2 champs back to back. You don't want to really be doing 2 long build-ups for it. You just got to knock them off one after the other, I reckon.
So what you're saying is you don't want to be in Loughborough?
In a roundabout way.
Yeah.
Yes, you know the place. I've never got on with it.
Is that the people or the place?
Oh, not the people, just the Loughborough environment. It's I don't know. I've never gelled with it.
Okay. You got anything to say to that,
I'm,
mate?
I'm going to take that personally. What about Barrow upon Soar?
This bit's nice. I give you that.
Thank you.
This is a
suburbs.
lovely house, lovely neighbourhood. Yeah.
You talk
Right.
about your season.
Yeah.
Enough waffle.
I've got your Power 10 up here, and I was a bit confused here because I'm seeing like 2 400s, 2 600s. They've given you your splits from some of the Diamond Leagues and some in Tokyo. And
Yeah, they've
I've gone, I wonder if that's all mine. I didn't run quick enough. So
Someone at Power 10's wanted to pad my results page out because there's not enough on it at the moment.
it must be if you go sub 50, they give you an official split.
Well, I think I've been on the 600 rankings and like
Yeah.
Don't
they
tempt
run
him.
so
He's going to do that on
few of
purpose
them
now.
that I think that split is probably like top 20 or something like that because the results are so sparse. So I guess they're just padding it out like that. But yeah,
Having
no, it
said
makes
that-
it makes the season look more impressive because
Having
I've
said
got more
that,
races.
it's probably your best. You would have to say your best consistently
Yeah.
run season. No real big injuries. You've done well at a major champs. Everything. We'll start sort of from the beginning of the season. How did you feel coming into it? What was your winter like? Obviously, we saw you in Potch, which we know you have a more of a hate relationship with Potch than the love side. But did you feel coming into the season that it was going to go like that, or were you a bit unaware?
No, I was very positive. I mean, I must be honest. Like all through like March, April, May, I was waiting for something big to go wrong. I think I did. I did tear something in April. I had to have like 3 weeks off. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, calf. But
How do I know that? You don't.
that's I'll put it out of my mind now. But that was pretty minor based on just the fact that it actually healed over a few weeks. And so going into the season, I was really hoping to just get some races in and operate like a proper athlete again. And tick off a load of races, go into the champs with some experience and with some understanding of where I'm at that season. And it just kept getting sort of better and better through the season. I kept getting more positive. Just kept getting some good results that really sort of kept building momentum, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And
Go on, testing. What was your first race of the season, and what did you run?
I ran in Rabat, and I came second, and
Yeah.
it was 1:43.3 something, and that was a PB at the time.
Go on, you may as
Started
well guess the last
started
one,
the season
but-
with a PB. 1:43.31.
3-4. Close.
Must have been remembering it better than it actually was.
Well,
When you've opened up in that and opened up in a PB first race Diamond, are you thinking, yeah, I'm like, if I can keep this going, I'm going to be in a good shape for the rest of the season, because the season was so long, and you sort of, the longer the season goes on, sort of more things can go wrong, given like what's happened before. Were you thinking, all right, I'm in really good shape now, let's just sort of keep it sensible, keep it...
Well, I guess I was thinking I've at least got to the shape that I was in at the Olympics last year.
Yeah.
And I think and that was almost like the start of my season in the previous year. So it sort of lined up for me anyway. It was where I wanted to be, and then to be pushing on from there. Now, it took a while to actually get another PB after that, because I believe the next few races were a bit messy. They were a bit overcrowded, well, not overcrowded, but busy Diamond Leagues. And I didn't think I was running them in a way that I suppose would get me the times, I guess. So I had to sort of adjust after a few races. But it was a really good experience to run in those races and realise, sort of where I was positioning myself wasn't ideal.
Do you want to tell the fans at home your season opener quote that I like to remind you every year?
If you don't open with a PB, it doesn't count.
Yeah, there's no point.
There's no point. Yeah, you might as well stop the season there. And I mean,
so I messaged him that the day before Rabat, and I think I messaged him 2 days before saying good luck, because I got the days wrong, which made you panic a bit. I don't know if it was for that one. It was definitely one of them. But
yeah.
And then he goes in PBs, and I'm like, yeah, fair enough.
Who won the race? When won you?
No, Masalela won it.
Masalela.
No, Wanyoni, he was in it. He came third. I think.
Smoked him, didn't you?
Yeah.
First
Yeah.
time.
Hey, when it mattered, eh?
Yeah, that was the one that really mattered.
Yeah.
For a bat diamond.
He was probably on a 100-mile week that week, wasn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. And then was the first big one London? Was
Uh,
that the?
Well, I did
Was
a few.
that-
I did
when
a few
was the
more
first
Diamond Leagues,
142?
but then that London one was
That
my first 142.
It's nice to be able to talk about London and not talk about Ben's performance.
It was a good watch. I did enjoy it from 100 metres back.
It was nice that Max ran well because obviously Luke and I were there, obviously to watch everyone, but obviously to watch Ben. That you've got to go and everything, and he's totally let. You've got to go down himself, down his fans,
Well,
down
say
everything.
say what you really think now,
yeah,
Matt.
and
Now
at
the
least you were
season's
there to
over.
sort of pick it up, and we could get a video of Max to at least make the vlog a bit nicer. We got a little interview with you post-race, which was appreciate it because I think you were about to be sick. But, London must have been cool.
Yeah, no, it was a great race, and probably the best place to get a PB like that at. You know, because it's a home crowd. It's one that's actually cheering for you rather than there. Yeah. So no, it was an amazing race.
Yeah, is that your favourite place to race? Favourite stadium?
Making a case for it because it's so fast and it's actually really well set up as like an event. You know, because some of these Diamond Leagues you go to, and the stadiums are very impressive, but the warm up facilities are a bit lacking.
Call them out.
Yeah. Well, not naming names, but Monaco. I mean, everyone thinks it's a brilliant.
We can't all do it at Monaco.
Yeah, well, clearly, because I just think of there, but the warm up at Monaco is just an AstroTurf pitch.
It's not what you expect.
It's not, and you've also got to trek 10 minutes, sort of like across the road, up through the stadium to get to the court room, and then when you're walking out, you walk out and you have to go all the way across the field as well.
You walk through the grass.
Whereas it's not like that at all at London. It's very smooth because they've kept the warm up track from the Olympics. So you do warm up there, just do the call room underneath the stadium, and right out into the stadium, and then you're off. Yeah. Runs like clockwork.
Talk through that Monaco.
Oh
Obviously, is that low light of the season? Not that you've had many in it.
Well, yeah. I guess I was pretty fuming after that. Just because
what happened? Tell everyone, remind everyone what
so
happened.
I came dead last in 146 when it was like
146.71, 11th place.
Just
humbling me.
Has to be
done. And it was a fast race, I seem to remember as well. So it would have been a good opportunity to get that because I was chasing 142 at the time.
Do you think that's sometimes an issue going into Monaco because everyone talks about it being so quick and sort of if you don't run a PB here, you'll never run a PB or this will be the fastest place. Do you think that
it does put a little bit of
much
pressure on, I guess, but I think oftentimes that is what makes the race. Everyone goes there wanting a PB and willing to run for that PB. Yeah. So I think that aspect of things can actually make it better. I think I was going into that race and I wasn't initially let into it. I think I had to, my agent and Nike had to petition for me to be let in because they didn't want me initially. I hadn't run quite fast enough. So I was already kind of like the last man on the starting list. And it probably made it a little bit overcrowded because of that, because they'd had to add one person in like last minute. So I was feeling a bit crap afterwards because people had put a lot of effort in to get me into the race, and I'd ended up with that. I mean, yeah, but I got clipped. I got knocked about quite a bit, so there was a reason for the time. Like it's not that
pretty obvious what
I turned up and just thought, I don't fancy it today. But it was an annoying result to have. But Monaco itself was lovely. I took an extra day to like walk around the city afterwards and soak it in.
Nice. Did you walk around the F1? Could you
the
F1 like track it all?
Well, I'm sure you could if you knew what the track. I was looking for that one hairpin, which is the only bit that I would have recognised. Or I didn't find it. But it was, it was a lovely city because they've got like an old town up on the cliff, and then they've got all the bits where the fancy cars line up down underneath it, and then the casino bit up as well. So took it all in.
Yeah. Isn't
Um,
that where Seb Cohen and Paula Radcliffe live?
Yeah, well,
Not together, but
they've got properties there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, financially advantageous, I
Yeah.
imagine,
Yeah.
to do so. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
yeah, about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit sunny down there for me.
And then going from you go from Monaco, a bit of a low, pick yourself up at London, and then you've run the 142 there. That's like your new baseline now? And then what was it like from Monaco, from London? What was after London?
Zurich? No.
Was there was a bit of a break after
Oh,
London?
was it British Championships?
British champs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk through British champs again. It's tough talking about British champs with Ben in the room, but
Do we have to?
going in
Again,
obviously,
a great watch.
hot favourite. And you have been for a couple of years now, and everyone sort of thinks Max is going to take it out. He's going to lead from the front. Everyone's just got to stick on him for as long as possible. How do you feel going into British champs, sort of knowing everyone's relying on you to race it in a certain way?
Well, I mean, this year going into it, I did feel quite confident, especially in running that way, because I had a second and a half, or second, at least a second. Was it even? I can't remember what the second time was. I think it was Justin at the time, but it was a fair lead
Gap,
anyway. So I was pretty confident in just going out and trying to produce a good time, maybe go for the championship record or something. What did throw a bit of a spanner in the works was I was a bit ill, sort of like going into it. I'd sort of been coughing a few in like the days up to it, and then going down to Birmingham, like started feeling like a bit flu-like, which is never something you want to feel.
No, not going. It just gets in your head, and then it's there, isn't it?
Yeah, it really does, and that's what essentially I was just telling myself at the time. Like it feels worse in your head.
Yeah,
it's good to see you didn't go and cry to the doc and ask for medical exemption.
Well, I did go.
Certain people out there would have.
I did go and cry to the doc, just saying that feeling a bit rough. Is there anything you can give me? Bit of paracetamol, sorted me right out. So yeah, ran the championships. Pretty happy with. I mean, well, obviously it was good performance. Annoying to miss out on the record by like such a little amount, and I think on a different day, different conditions, and feeling a lot better in myself, I think it could have run a lot faster. But yeah, it turned out afterwards I had COVID because I felt really bad after the races. Like my chest had completely locked up. So I did a test and then I had to have a week off.
That's nuts.
COVID world record 1:43.92 in Birmingham.
That's when you know you're in good shape, isn't it? When you're running that with COVID. But
Yeah.
No one else could never.
Yeah.
I mean, he did get an Olympic bronze with COVID, to be fair.
Yeah, I reckon he's one up me there.
But you obviously recovered fairly well from COVID. Thankfully.
Yeah, because I'd had it the year before or something similar the year before, and that had really knackered my chest up. Whereas this time, it almost just sort of went, and I was once I was recovered, like I was back running normally again. So yeah.
What did you think?
Not too serious.
I think obviously you were the hot favourite going into British Champs and won fairly easily. Obviously behind you was sort of all up for grabs. Did you have any inkling on who you thought might come second and third?
Going into it, well, I guess you. I mean, I thought Ben, obviously, as I'm sure Ben thought himself.
So I'd say I was the favourite going into it.
It was would be in with the shout of second, but obviously,
You can sort of stomach now, basically.
The funniest thing was straight after the race, Max he's obviously not seeing what's happening. He's like how'd it go? Did you get like top 3? And I just went, nah, not quite. I think around 151, mate. And he just looked at me like,
it's like when you're coming around the top bend and you can see them like almost going towards the line and they're halfway down the home straight. It's a tough feeling. Not that you maybe felt a bit like that in Monaco.
Yeah, that's exactly Monaco Olympic final. Yeah, that was. You're just watching them just run away from you.
Yeah, it's so tough, isn't it? There's just nothing you can do. But yeah, and then after London and British Champs, bit of time obviously with COVID,
and then straight into some more Diamond Leagues in Switzerland. So I did Lausanne, which was
water.
in that weather.
It was awful. I mean, we were thinking it was forecasted, so everyone was a little bit worried about it. But then all day it was like leading up to it, nice weather, no rain. So everyone was thinking, oh, maybe it won't be too bad, and then the events start sort of like around 6, 7, and it's a bit of rain, not too much though. We get there for the warm up, and it starts siling it down.
It's the warm up area all outside,
awful.
isn't it?
It's all of it, and it's a 200-meter track as well, so really tight bends. So you're just sort of skidding off it, and it just kept getting worse and worse. My leggings were completely soaked through, so down to the shorts. Like when we're all like stripping off to go out onto the track, I'm just wet through. They held us on the line for ages, and outside on the track side. So I'm shivering. It was that flipping wet. Then we set off, and the race itself went all right. Like I thought I was in for winning it actually. 100 to go, and then legs didn't have it.
The one where allegedly you may have been seen to mouth a rude word on TV.
Yeah. Apologies for that. It's not reflective of how I usually speak.
And it's like Steve Cram actually like called it as well. When they showed it in slow motion coming over, I sent it straight to Ben. I was like, "This is quality."
I sent it to you, and you were like, "I have no recollection of doing that."
No, I didn't.
Emotion.
Yeah, it just came out. What could I say?
Heart on the sleeve, mate. You guys.
Maybe there could have been some AI shenanigans on BBC. You never know, because I don't remember saying that. But yeah, no, that was a decent race. It was good. And then Zurich the week afterwards went even better. Another 142.
142.42. So not quite a PB, but that was the final, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Second place.
And that one really got my hopes up for Worlds after that, because being so close to
I think you
Wanyoni.
got Justin's hopes up for Worlds. If it was like
I mean it is a shame, because that was a winnable race, and it would have been nice having 4 of us there at Worlds, but yeah, it just wasn't to be. Obviously, Wanyoni is incredibly strong on the home straight.
He's the only guy that you can kick past him and then he just
comes back.
Well, I say that like I've ever done it. I've watched it happen. Like people go past him and then he just has another gear. In that last 50, it's strange, isn't it?
But yeah, no, both races that I was happy with those final 2 Diamond Leagues, and it did prepare me quite well for Worlds.
Yeah, it was quite interesting throughout the season. Your racecraft seemed to just get better and better, and then by the time of those 2 Swiss races, you sort of nailed down. You let the pacer go, Wanyonyi, and then you sort of always were tucking behind him, or at least one behind.
Yeah, well, settling into that sort of second or a push 3rd place was something that I sort of decided on after that Monaco race,
right? Because
previous to that, in Monaco and in Paris, I'd been sort of settling into sort of mid-pack, thinking, well, I'll end up running 50 seconds and that'll be the right pace for me, but not really considering that in the middle of the pack, I'm just getting shoved around. I can't really maneuver as well. And I just felt that I'd be a lot more comfortable being closer to the front. And then I made that adjustment in London.
Yeah.
And that sort of was
paid off.
It paid off. So yeah, I did that for the rest of the season.
Yeah, because it felt, and then you'd obviously done it at London, did it again, Lausanne and Zurich, and then it was actually the success was coming from it. And then was that actually improving your confidence of actually, I want to do it this way. I've done it a few times now, sort of know what I'm doing.
Exactly.
And then you go into the race with a bit more of a 100% plan on.
Yeah. And obviously that came a bit unstuck in that World Champs final, but it works all right up until then.
Yeah. It's great to watch because when you are near the front, you're always in with a chance of winning it then. And it's like coming into that last 100, 150, in pretty much all those races you are in a position to win it. So at least you're putting yourself there, and whether or not it happens, you never really know until that sort of last 50. But it was always good to see. I think you raced it really coming into champs really well. I think I may have had you as I did have you as my pick. After Zurich, I was like, he's peaking at the right time. He's got his racecraft down to a T. Wanyonyi's got to have peaked by now, surely. Like,
Yeah, he was running Grand Slam.
yeah, there's nothing else he's got in the tank. I was like,
dear.
this is-
Well, I'm sorry to let you down.
Oh no, don't worry about it, mate. Don't worry. There's always next time.
What you
But-
put on him? 300 quid was it?
Oh, don't tell me that.
I don't think we're allowed to bet on athletics, are we? Not that I don't know, because I wouldn't bet anyway. But
I've never done that before.
but yeah, talk us. Obviously, going to Wales, we've gone holding camp first.
Mm.
What was that like?
That was a great holiday. Me,
Great
Ben,
holiday.
and
You can't
Tiernan.
tell, but-
No,
It's like that Ian Wright meme. I've turned that. Thought you were dead.
Yeah.
No, it was good actually. Finally having Ben back on
Yeah.
the circuit racing. No, we had a good time in Miyazaki.
It was.
Apart from the weather, but it was good for like a acclimatization purposes.
Yeah, it was
'cause-
so good.
Yeah, we went into Miyazaki, and it was like tropical weather. It was
So
100% humidity. It was flipping. Oh, it felt like 40-degree heat. Probably wasn't that, but it felt like it.
Yeah.
The
you
air
find
just
it hard?
burnt as it was
Just-
going into your lungs.
I remember you
Yeah.
saying running here is harder than St. Mary's.
Oh, it's the hardest place I've ever ran.
Yeah, like we were going out for like a 20-minute, half an hour run in the morning. Before it got like to its highest peak, and like we'd be having to stop before we even got back at like 7:30 mile in as well,
Yeah.
if that.
Like all in the shade, the run as well. It was like, yeah,
It
it
was
was what we
horrendous
needed. It was
heat.
spot on.
Yeah, because by the time we got to
800 lads are
Tokyo-
soft, that's why.
By the time we got to Tokyo, that felt like nothing.
Yeah, it
Like,
was cold in Tokyo.
Yeah,
So you genuinely feel like that acclimatization?
yeah,
helped?
that was
Oh, massive.
perfect. That was exactly what we needed. But the camp itself, yeah, we were staying in a lovely hotel. I mean, the rooms were massive. There was nothing much around the hotel, but that's probably what you want, for a thingy.
There was 2 18-hole golf courses that you could see from the hotel, and it's like,
Don't get me tempted.
yeah,
Yeah,
What were you doing there? A bit of Nintendo Switch.
we
Mario
did have an 18-hole
18 hole.
on
someone,
the Switch.
someone
golf-
lost their head.
golf. I was hanging in there for a while, and then
You took one risk to try and cut it, and it just did not pay off. And it's like, and then you got to keep taking more risks.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
yeah, and it's
Wow.
sharpen up the golf game,
yeah,
like the digital golf game anyway.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's on Nintendo Switch, just to make it clear.
Yeah,
we
don't-
weren't playing 18-hole.
I don't want to set my dad off
Yeah.
panicking that tweets me back or anything doing that. No. But apart from that, we went to a mall. We went to a Japanese mall.
Nice.
That was quite the experience. Quite some intriguing shops in there. Massive arcades as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Had to go in there.
None of these animal cafes.
Oh,
There
there
was
was actually
there was a
a
pig
little
one.
pig one. Yeah, where they were selling one of the pigs off as well. It was very
Yeah,
tempting. It was an affordable price.
What?
Yeah, something like that. Poor thing must have got a bit
It's
old.
like 10,000 rand, like 50 quid
What?
for a micro pig.
Yeah.
What, you could just
Although
just walk in, pick up a pig, walk out, and it's yours.
they said micro pigs, but I think they were just baby pigs. So if you'd have bought it, it would have
Oh.
turned into a massive.
Tell you what though, as an investment, 50 quid on a pig, the amount of pork
I know.
and sausages you
And
get out of that.
if I could have got it home,
Jeez. It would have been worth it probably for how much you could have made
Yeah,
off it
yeah.
back here.
yeah. So there was that. Some arcades, some interesting snacks in the shop in the 7-Elevens. Give that a good try. Lots of sort of what was some of it? Fried like octopus sticks I had. That didn't go down too well.
Didn't go down. I made him. I said, if you're going to eat them, you're going out of the room. It stunk.
Yeah, they were a bit smelly.
You guys did have a bougie toilet though, didn't you? So
Oh,
everywhere in Japan like had toilets like that.
all the cleaning stuff and
Yeah,
heated
yeah,
seats.
yeah.
life changing.
Is it?
In fact, one of the hotels I went to after the champs had one where once you walked towards it, it opened for you and played a little
Yeah.
tune. That was quite cool.
You connect your Spotify to it and just sit on the toilet
Yeah.
and playing.
And Ben said he's going to get one installed here.
I really want to.
I'll be round then. But anyway, about the racing.
Yes.
You guys had to wait quite a while. How did you find waiting whilst everyone else was competing?
It was good in a sense, in that I felt pretty smug the first few days, like because everyone's like stressing around the dining hall and like in this horrendously overcramped kind of hotel experience, and we only started racing once it quieted down, so it wasn't nearly as like bad for us, I don't think. So we didn't have to suffer through the worst of it. We were just sort of in the hotel, chilling.
And then, like, in terms of the heats, are you feeling fairly comfortable, relaxed for the heats, or are those almost more nerve-wracking than the semis and final?
The heats were fine. The heats were fine for me because it wasn't. I guess you go into it and thinking, well,
There's levels to the game.
if I can't get through this, then
I don't. Yeah.
then what's the? I didn't really deserve to be any further along. Even though it was a good heat, I think, but yeah, you go into it and you got to back yourself, I suppose, with that. The semis was a bit more nerve-wracking.
Who was in yours? You had quite a hard semi, didn't you?
Not as bad as
Yeah,
Ben's
he had no one in
was.
it.
I got text from Ben with like, I've just seen the semis. Look at this. Then see
Looking back at it, it was the top 3 from the final. It was meant to be in.
Mate.
Yeah, I think when they rejigged it, they were all a bit more even.
Yeah,
I think just how it was to start with.
They
was
just
a bit
moved Wanyonyi.
silly, wasn't it?
I said, I think on the last pod, I'd preferred him to be the one that stayed in it,
Mm.
and Sajati moved because Sajati's like, at least Wanyonyi's going to make it quick, and you've got.
Were
a
you
chance,
third semi-final?
Second. But I had Brazier in my heat. I had McPhillips in my heat, who obviously wouldn't have been paying much attention to
Been
beforehand,
on
but
quantity,
like
wasn't it?
obviously, with how he finished, like he was like one of the top lads in that heat. Can't remember who else was in it, but there was some good lads.
Some good guys.
Yeah.
Did you have Masalela maybe? Was he in?
No, he was in the
last
third one.
wasn't he?
Tui?
No,
Nope, he was in the
last
third one. That's what I mean. He had no one in it. There's no one in it.
He was the one though.
I'm definitely forgetting someone. But anyway, I was more fretting for that one because I was worrying about my hamstrings. It's sort of been I'm not playing up. Sort of playing up, but not like not in an injury sense. Just they felt really tight.
It's all coming out now. He's had COVID, tight hammies.
No. This hamstring thing. It was sort of like as I've done a few tests now, they're just a bit weak, eccentrically. So they were probably just getting a bit fatigued, sort of like back half the season. Because I was whinging about it to the physios like for months, and that they kept feeling a bit tight, not like injury risk at all. But so anyway, I was fretting about that beforehand, like properly nervous about it. And then you set off on the race and you're all right, but you don't even feel it. But you're not thinking that beforehand.
No.
Yeah.
What do you do? I'm sure a lot of people would be interested. Obviously, you've got heats, semis, and finals. What are you doing in between them to recover? What's that like? Are you getting much sleep?
Having some lovely lie-ins. Not all like the Olympics. The Olympics, I was not sleeping at all. I was very nervous. I was always like, I was stressing and
thinking about
I had another problem at the Olympics as well. But these ones went fine because I was sleeping perfectly, going for some nice food at the restaurants nearby.
You didn't fancy the hotel food much. Ben said on the last pod it was a bit.
Oh, it was the worst.
Tough.
Yeah, it was a bit tough. I mean, even the chicken and rice, which is the staple.
Yeah.
You just didn't want to eat because the chicken was just a bit.
It was thigh meat, but it was like grey.
Yeah, it wasn't even breast. There was nothing to flavour it with either. There was no sauces. They had pesto out one day, and that was great because you could put a bit of pesto with it. It was quite nice, and then they got rid of it.
Right.
For
More of a breast man over a thigh man.
Well, yeah, tough question that. But chicken breast generally is nice, isn't it? But yeah, no, the food was terrible in the food court. So we were eating out as much as we could. And we tried also to go to Italian a few times. Went
Mexican.
To you got that nice burrito.
Really taking the culture here, lads.
Yeah.
Italian, Mexican, it's so good.
It was a train station food court, so I mean, like it was a bit all sorts going on, and you didn't want to be eating like the local sort of food in the building. So you're not risking like fish and hot soups and stuff like that. That was for afterwards. I've got my fair share of that in afterwards. Don't worry. But it was nice, sort of like on the days off, in between. I thought they were actually quite good, sort of like de-stressing days.
Yeah, and then the final, you're going in. Where did you think on paper? You're thinking going in, you can win it. on paper, where do you think would be?
Well, I mean, I meant what I said in like the interviews leading up to it. I really was thinking like I'd be disappointed if I don't get a medal.
Yeah.
I should be getting a
And
medal.
I'll be on like the broadcasting and stuff, and the way Jenny was talking, like obviously in the build and everything, it was, you would say, it was built up for the possibility of a medal, which is totally fair, but given the performance.
Yeah, well, especially given I think Zurich, which has got certainly
Yeah.
got my hopes and got everyone else's hopes up. And I think, I mean, I don't know. Maybe in a if the race had gone differently, maybe I would have, but that's not what happened. But going into it, yeah, felt very confident. Felt up for it. And yeah, I ran the race almost exactly like how I ran the Zurich race, apart from Arup sort of changed how he ran it in that he was a lot less passive with hanging back and trying to kick, and he really got up there like to start with. And thinking back, maybe I should have challenged him for the sort of second place, but I didn't think that at the time. So I was happy to just settle in to second place, third place rather, and hang behind them, which sort of worked out for the first 600. I think I was in a decent position, but I guess what I didn't anticipate was the pack bunching up at that pace, because it hadn't done all season in the races when which I had previously run. Because like, I guess I was expecting Wanyoni and Arup to be able to sustain that pace.
Yeah.
But usually it's a bit more strung out at that.
Yeah.
You know, you're not really seeing three people swarming up the outside and boxing you in when you're running at that pace. So that was, yeah, a bit of a spanner in the works. So 200 to go, I'm trapped in, and I just didn't. Well, my first mistake maybe was not moving out quick enough, not getting myself out of that position and putting myself in a position to be able to sprint properly. But then I was stuck like that. I was committed with 100 to go, and then my other mistake there was panicking. I think with 100 to go, you're thinking, "Oh, crap! I can't get out here.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? I can't go." And in my head, what went wrong, I guess, is that I tried to sprint anyway, just tried to speed up, knowing that I couldn't get anywhere, and then sort of chopped my stride a little bit. Started weaving as well, started to move out when there was no way to move out as well. Oh, again, this is just sort of panic setting.
You have to do something.
Yeah, well, but as it turned out, I think the best thing would have been to do nothing.
Yeah.
To hold position and not try and sprint through someone who you know you can't get through, and not open up the inside. And if I'd have just hung behind Wanyoni and again, if there was anything left in my legs,
yeah,
maybe there would have been a bit of a gap to squeeze through, 20 meters to go, because he didn't move out until right at the end. But I think looking at the finish line, maybe there would have been a bit of a gap. I don't know. But I wouldn't have let Atawi up the inside at the very least. So yeah, I mean, there would have been, thinking back to it, better ways to win the race at different stages of it as well. But hindsight's 2020. So what can you do?
If you'd not tried to go out and find a gap, which you were unable to do, and you just sat in behind and then not gone through, you'd have been sat here right now going, "Oh, I wish at 100 meters to go, I had tried to go out and go wider." So
yeah, maybe.
I think the 800 that final was strange, because it's not often everyone in a race is actually sort of in the position they want to be in, because you have Wanyoni at the front, wants to be there. Arup wanted to be there. You near enough wanted to be where you are first out, whatever. And then you got Aturi McPhillips at the back, who both want to be at the back. So it's not often everyone's in the position they want to be in. So mentally, everyone's into that last 200 meters being, I'm ready to go. Not, oh, I'm in a crap position here, I can't get out. So it's quite strange compared to, I think, sort of like a 15, where there's only always ever like 2 or 3 guys in the position they want to be in.
Yeah.
That sort of last 200. I think everyone's going into that 800 going, 200 to go, I can win it.
Yeah.
And then it just opens up so more possibilities, because mentally everyone's still in the race. So I found that quite interesting, like having different ways of the guys running it.
I think it probably made for a really, good watch, hopefully.
Easily one of the race for champs. And it has been for the last 2-3 years.
And hopefully that's good for the event as a whole, like getting some interest in it, and building up the profile of everyone as well. So.
Were you happy with the time? Like,
yeah. I mean, I think obviously it often feels like that when you run a PB. You think you're
Yeah.
going to run faster because you
Yeah.
feel so
Yeah.
good, don't you? But it was a good sort of consolation that I've come to say I didn't necessarily run the race I wanted to, but I've run the fastest I've ever run.
Yeah.
So
I
hopefully,
remember you saying to me beforehand, obviously we were chatting through, and you're like, listen, I'm in it to get a medal. Very least, I've come away with a PB. I know there's nothing more I can do. So
Yeah.
it's like,
and I did think that PB would be worth more than the 6th place. But you got to take what you can from it.
Yeah.
And it's a much better performance than I managed in my previous final.
Yeah.
It was actually competitive.
Yeah.
So
Have you got any ideas why it's probably so many people would want to know the answer, but I don't know if there is one, why the 800 is just like skyrocketed in the last 2-3 years with times and the depth of it?
Well, I think a few reasons. I think with times at the top end, I think it's I think you got to look at like probably Wanyoni and like his sort of like way of running it. From the front really does drag everyone to faster times. It sets the pace for races, and I think that drags people to these times. I think obviously maybe you can look at like, I remember getting questions in like interviews about like spikes and like bicarb and stuff like that. And I'm sure there are advances, that are probably helping people as well in that regard. But I do think times wise, I think it's down to these races being pushed from the front and being made fast.
I kind of say it's like similar to when we were all under 20s and you were doing that. Like,
I mean,
we all ran times that you didn't think were possible at the time, but it's because you're forced to do it.
You notice a similar effect when you go and look back at the junior times from our age group, like those like the Bedford Championship. Like,
that's the one I was thinking.
Yeah. I know I've Ben's felt for the last 5 years following you around.
Yeah. No, well, at least they get a PB out of it.
Yeah. You can pay him later.
But yeah, no, I think that's probably my personal opinion.
Yeah,
I'd agree with that.
100%. And I think it watching Wanyoni as well really does make me at least want to be able to run like that again on a world stage.
Do you think he's got the world record in his sights? Do you think it's achievable?
Yeah, I think it's definitely achievable. I mean, I know this year he didn't run as fast as he had last year, but I think it only takes one race, doesn't it? And he's got plenty of years left ahead of him.
I've heard rumours of him moving up.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, someone's going to have to take on the front running mantle.
Then again, Sujati told me he was going to move up 2 years ago, and he hasn't.
So.
Speaking of those sorts of guys, are there any of whom you're slightly closer to? Obviously, you've done a lot of races on the Diamond League circuit this year. If you had to room with 2 of them.
No. Oh, sorry.
If I had to, and it couldn't be a Ben or a Brit. Who are the 2 you're choosing?
Well, I think probably everyone would probably say Marco is the first one because he's well known to be the nicest man on the circuit.
On the planet.
Arguably so. Yeah. And as for the others, probably I would say hello to Totawi. Like I always, because he's sort of like our age. He spoke to me before about like the watching the junior.
Why? No,
You're under 23.
He smoked me.
Well, no, he's done that a few times this season as well. It's bloody annoying.
I'm glad I got smoked by him, and he's gone on to do what he's done. And go, that's the reason I've been smoked by him.
Yeah, he always asks for water on the start line.
Okay,
but I know I told him at Zurich one of these days you're going to bring your own water bottle to the start line, and I noticed that the world champs did.
Wow, so he's taking advice from you. That's
what can I say?
Then sneaking up the inside.
Well, not sneaking up. I did leave a big gap, but
you've not done a hawker, tried to just barge through. But did you manage to watch much else at Champs?
Well, the stadium was so far away that we couldn't really go and watch much in person. Certainly, whilst we were racing,
we watched Jake, and that was it.
Yeah, we watched Jake. I mean, and that 1500 race was the one to watch. It was really intriguing.
It was one of those ones that was just before bed. We're like, if we watch this, it's going to get us a bit of adrenaline, but we're like, we have to.
It's got to be done. Yeah, because then you're just going to be sat in bed wondering what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're gonna get a text. You're gonna get a text from us anyway.
Yeah.
If you just watched it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. And then now, obviously, how far do you look ahead into the future? Is it sort of this time of year for you 8 guys is a bit more chilled? Just sort of get back on the grind, get back to somewhat normality.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, looking ahead to next year. I mean, we've got the championships in the summer. We know what we're aiming for, but for me, it's just about getting back into some mileage. And I mean, I say this every year, but I want to run a decent 5K time at some point in the winter. So maybe this could be the year.
Don't do it, Max. That was my downfall.
No, I think
Save it for March. Don't do anything in November. Okay?
Yeah,
That's my only advice.
I think a solid
If you save one for March, I'll try and join you in March.
pace me to it. Yes,
Yeah.
that sounds like a
Deal.
deal. Yeah, I'm not going to be up and running for a 5K in November. Oh, I can say that.
I'm not going to be
You
running.
shouldn't be. You shouldn't be, Max, because that's what I did last year.
Yeah. It's
Did
not.
not
It's
age
not.
well.
It's been.
Yeah.
It's a proven maybe not to be the optimal
Yeah.
thing for 800-meter runners. So hopefully just sort of build up over winter, do some mileage. This year though, I will be keeping a track session in once a week, every week, I think, in spikes, because every January I go through like a month of my calves absolutely locking up and not being able to do anything because I've been out of spikes for too long, and I try spikes again, I overdo it slightly, and then and then my
Overdo it
calves don't
slightly.
work.
Runs 22 seconds for 200 meters.
It's not quite that bad, but but anyway, so this year I think we're going to try and keep spike works in, just to keep the conditioning up
Makes sense.
and not have to go through that whole faff in January. But other than that, I think we'll just be looking at trying to build a bit more aerobic.
Consistency, really.
Yeah.
Speaking of January, we know you're a sucker for a potch.
Well,
Your favourite place on earth.
You too.
Will we see you there this year again?
I don't believe so. No, something dramatic.
I'll tell you what,
would
can
have
we
to
shake on
change.
that as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's
I
find
won't see
somewhere
you in
else.
Potch.
You two need to go.
I mean, there's some nice bits about Potch, like an eat to the
Steak.
physio, steak. Some of the food's quite good, apart from when you're eating it like same thing for 3 weeks in a row. The accommodations, the Astra Villas can be a bit of a laugh, but in terms of the camp as a whole, for a few years now, it's not been particularly successful
It's
for
the
me,
travel as well,
or
for
for
me, but
plenty of other people as well. The travel, you almost have to take 2 days off either side because of the time travelled. The illnesses down there, so for some reason I seem to pick them up like nobody's business. I think it's probably the lack of vegetables in the food.
probably all those girls you're kissing out.
Not really too many people to be spotted, to be honest. In Potch, that's one of the other things. It's such a quiet little town, because you say to people like who don't do any running, oh yeah, I go to South Africa for a month every year, and they think, wow, that must be a great experience. Little do they know you're going to the Loughborough of South Africa for a whole month.
It is mad when you think about it. It's like, imagine you lived in South Africa and you came on a holiday to the UK and the only place you visited was Loughborough. That is essentially what we do going to Potch.
Yeah.
And I know, yes, we're there to train and everything, and that's great. But there is something about it that just does seem wrong.
Yeah. And at least with Loughborough in Britain, I suppose, there is probably stuff in driving distance, whereas the scale of South Africa means like there's nothing in a 100-mile radius.
Yeah, you want to go
apart
visit
from
Cape Town for a weekend, you got to
fly.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few good safaris, but once you've done one, you've sort of done them all.
There's the American fella that's just joined Loughborough. Apparently, so he's come all the way from America to join here, and the only place he's been in England is Loughborough.
Yeah.
It's like
Poor guy.
tough.
He was no, I won't. I saw his Instagram. Logan, I think his name's Logan.
Yeah, something.
I hope he's a big fan. We'll have to get you on at some point, actually. And he put on a reel of his he's just moved in, and it was like his bathroom. And obviously, we stay in those bathrooms. It's like a wet room.
Yeah.
Didn't realise it was a wet room. He was like, a bathroom's soaking wet. And all the water's just flooded the bathroom floor. And then apparently, those people told him that's the purpose of it. It's for
I've always
Yeah,
found the weird wet rooms.
That's Americans coming to the UK system. Just must be a total culture shock. Which obviously it takes time to adapt. And I think we know a few people who've gone to America. It's the same sort of thing. Like just
It's the first time we've seen it the other way around.
Yeah, and to be fair, it's actually really nice. It's great that people are able to come over here. I think it's good to have. We need a few more internationals coming over here, whether it's for masters, PhDs, just to sort of increase the
Get a
level.
bit of new blood in.
Yeah, we're always looking to expand, and if it's going to benefit
No, they should come up
them
to
and
Leeds.
us, it's absolutely not. You are a big Leeds fan in terms of the place.
In terms of the place, yes.
Yeah. What makes Leeds so special? If you've got a minute here, everyone watching might have a few people looking at going to university in the next couple of years. Why Leeds?
Well, everything good about Loughborough in terms of the training, we just have it better up in Leeds. Like we've got a good setup with the gym and with the S&C coaching, because there's like a talent hub program, I guess, set up there. So it's almost like you get almost the same sort of tailored coaching and support experience as you would in Loughborough, without the bloat, I would say.
Bloat.
Actually, no. Maybe, I don't mean that.
Bold it.
No, I don't. That's the wrong word to use. It's more close knit.
Yeah,
I suppose.
Community
not as many
more-
people getting in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
I
what
think,
I
I think that's a fair thing to say.
Do you do much training with some of the other people there?
No, and so I don't even make the most of it, I guess, but because I don't really join in with the group stuff or anything. But there is group support there. There's a lot of options for like long runs and like going places for long runs.
I'd love to see you, Phil, Emil, Laura, me on a long run together.
Well, I'd just be dropped immediately. Like they'd be zooming on down the canal. I'd have no chance. But yeah, we've got plenty of senior athletes up there as well who are often, like good to be around. Laura Waitman, obviously, she used to obviously be a professional athlete, and now she's like got a support role kind of around the talent hub as well. So we've got all that. We've got support coming out of our ears, and I just think of the city wise, it's just, well, I mean, surely you can't argue with that. Like Leeds as a city is better than Loughborough as a town.
Too many people, mate.
Well, that's a good
He'd
thing.
be
Isn't
on
it?
the Otley Run every weekend. That's why he can't be there.
It's quite nice and like suburbed is Leeds as well. So like you don't even have to go into the town centre if you don't want.
Right. Yeah. No, I don't knock Leeds. Leeds. I've been
It's
there.
very nice.
It's
Very
a nice
nice.
place. But
Just so far north.
No, that's the real reason you don't like it.
that's the only reason you like it.
Well, maybe.
No. I do think Leeds, like as places in the UK, I'd rather be in Leeds than Birmingham.
Oh,
Even though Birmingham,
the fact that you've just said that is disrespectful to Leeds.
I think the running in Leeds is so much better than Birmingham.
It's not even a question. It's just
St Mary's as a uni's bottom tier now. They do have Bushy and Richmond Park, but then it's also London prices.
yeah.
So yeah, Loughborough or Leeds, those are your two options.
Well, I think it's to be a bit more diplomatic about it. I think it's good that we have a selection of hubs across the country, isn't it? So you can sort of choose to set yourself up wherever
I think
is
it's
best for you.
great. I think it's great to be able to see British athletes competing for world medals be able to live and train in different places in the UK. If you had every British medal hopeful having to be out in America and no one here, it wouldn't be a great look, I don't think, for British athletics, like bringing up people in the sport, being able to have, a Whiteman in Manchester, Ben here in Loughborough, a you in Leeds, you're able to showcase different areas of the country that have those talent hubs and people can thrive in them. It's not like, well, I've got to go live in Flagstaff for 8 years.
Yeah.
So I think it's quite important for people to see that as an option.
Yeah, definitely.
So keep it up for the Leeds.
I'll keep flying the
Leeds
flag.
Army.
You don't want to big it up too much because then Leeds will become Loughborough. If you're too busy,
I
the bloats will come.
didn't mean it. I didn't mean it like that. That's out of context.
It's AI.
Yeah.
This whole pod's been AI.
Yeah. Oh no, a few extra people wouldn't go amiss, I'm sure.
Yeah, a few extra people to not train with.
For the I don't know, for the culture.
The culture, yeah. Anyway, right. Well, I think that's pretty much.
I've got one final story actually. I've been meaning to
I
tell
was
you
going to
this.
actually ask. Can we have a few?
This isn't about Max because this.
I'll just go then.
Yeah, please. So I was actually in your local Waitrose the other day.
Right.
Just come back from the tip. Thought I'd swing by, buy a few things. I was just post run, a bit sweaty. The tip was closing. Me and Molly in there. Probably not the normal clientele that should be in Waitrose. This guy at work comes up to us. He's like, so I'm already thinking this is weird. He goes, I've got a question for you. I'm like, oh God, here we go. And he goes, I get one Q&A. If you get it right, I'll buy you a chocolate bar. And I was like, okay. He's just a random worker here.
Working at Waitrose.
Yeah.
Right.
And he goes, you ready? I go, yeah. So I don't know who to ask first. I think you'll definitely know. It's just geography. I think Max should know it.
We have gone head to head many a time on the Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the only country in the world to have 3 capital cities?
South Africa.
Well done. You knew that, didn't you? Yeah. Molly goes.
Do you know what they are?
Oh, Pretoria, Johannesburg, and is it Cape Town? Is that the other one? Yeah.
Basically, the only 3 cities.
Yeah.
The 3 big cities. But yeah.
So Molly panics, goes, and I just go, South Africa. Guy's face. He just goes, because we looked at state as well.
Oh, dear.
And he goes, all right, go and get me a chocolate bar. Got it in the fridge, mate. Unreal.
What, did you get a choice or was it?
He's just said a nut's okay. And I said, yeah, I got a lovely limited edition pistachio one. He just picked it out for me.
Can you give me a description of the guy so I can go to Waitrose and have a look?
We'll swing by. Max loves the free.
Oh.
But I've been meaning to tell you. So I thought,
Oh, no,
yeah,
just
it's-
I get brushing up on the geography.
Yeah.
Actually, funny you say that because obviously with my foot, I had to get a lot of Ubers into campus, and you get a couple of Uber drivers where you're not in the mood, you stick the headphones on and zone out. And then you get a couple if you don't put the headphones on. I always think it's a sign of you want to have a bit of chat. I had a couple of guys. One guy's told me he started getting into running, and he wanted a pair of running shoes. What would I recommend? What would you have offered him?
For a new runner, Pegasus, hasn't it? You don't want to be recommending some like massively cushioned
You don't want to
shoe
get
or
too
some specialist thing.
No,
For
absolutely
someone
not.
getting into running, it's just got to be something standard, something simple, something that works for everything.
And Ben?
I'd say the Boston 13s probably. Yeah.
I should have said for a brand that isn't Nike. And then the
We
other
wouldn't
taxi
know.
driver I had, speaking on the geography, we were just quizzing each other each on geography. And he was asking me all these capitals, and he goes, do you know the capital of, I can't remember what country it was. And he let's just say Burundi. Do you know? And I go, no, mate, sorry. He goes, yeah, no clue. I don't know either. And then each time he'd ask a question, he didn't know the answer to it. And then if I did know the answer, I'd say, yeah, he goes, yeah, I think it is that. Well done. And then I'd quiz him. My question was, how many countries can you name that start and end in an A?
Andorra.
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah.
Australia.
We'll go one each.
Oh God, I've ran out. Can we not work as a team?
No.
We'll be here all day.
Andorra.
So many
How many
options.
is there?
There's like 8 or 9.
Albania.
Yeah.
Well, it's my turn. Albania.
Give him it. You know, go on.
Austria.
Okay. 3. Okay, so it's 2 all. So now it's your turn again, Ben.
America.
Yeah, we'll give that loosely.
You're giving that, are you?
I'll give it loosely.
Algeria.
Yeah.
Armenia.
Nice.
Angola.
Nice.
Is that all of them?
I think there might be 2 more.
Antigua.
Yeah. It's Antigua and Barbuda, but it's still Maine.
Yeah, well, I knew that. I just
Can't believe he's beat me.
first time this year. Come on.
I can't think of any. Am I missing an obvious one?
I can't remember if you said it, but South America.
South America.
Yeah.
Argentina.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was
Yeah, we didn't say
think
that.
first off that's a continent, and second it starts with S.
I'm going to give you the answer.
South America.
Yeah, I think that was most of them. Yeah, Armenia, Albania.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting a bit sidetracked. But,
Just showing off the ball knowledge there. We're actually proper nerds.
We're just well-travelled guys, aren't we? Just
Yeah.
Not in that context, but
Someone clip that of Max saying that. I want that. I want that.
but yeah, thanks very much for coming down, mate.
No, it's been a pleasure.
We'll see you sometime soon.
We've got one question to ask you
Yeah,
to
we
finish it off.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you want to see next on the pod?
Well, I think you've got to get the nicest man in athletics on. I think you've got to go ask Marco. It's got to be done.
It's got to be done.
Finally, a good 800-meter runner on the podcast.
Finally.
Yeah. Thanks for joining, mate. See you around.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.